Right now at 6, nearly 3,000 acres are scorched by the fire northeast of Fort McCoy. We are live from Warrens, where some residents have been evacuated. And a new possible source of clean water for the town of Campbell. A drilling project reveals another aquifer 500 feet below the ground.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. What could be the largest wildfire in a decade is burning northeast of Fort McCoy into areas of Monroe County near the border of Jackson County. News 8 Now meteorologist Eric Dean is live in Warrens, the village in Monroe County where evacuees are gathering at a local business. Eric?
This is the scene now in Warrens, where earlier at the 5 o'clock hour we had a little bit of smoke being picked up here. Now, a couple things to note. This is just shy of 3,000 acres. This is 2,980 acres. This is in Monroe and Jackson County. This is just shy of 50% containment. Officials say the Arcadia fire began at the north end of Fort McCoy. No injuries have been reported. The cause right now is still under investigation. Some resources on the scene include the following: heavy units, 18 engines, air attack from DNR, National Guard Blackhawks, 2 hand crews from the Department of Corrections, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and Ho Chunk is en route right now, as well as law enforcement officials from State Patrol, Monroe and Jackson County Sheriff's Offices, and Emergency Management from Monroe and Jackson County. So again, these are the crews that are currently on the scene at this hour. We do have some evacuations in place as well. One thing to note, that red flag warning that we were talking about throughout the day is still in effect until 8 o'clock. We had temperatures today in the 80s, some places breaking record highs again. The wind is starting to die down a little bit, but that humidity is still pretty darn low, and Chief Meteorologist Bill Grohl had the latest on that coming up in just a few minutes. Right now in Warrens, I'm meteorologist Eric Dean for News 8 Now. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. And as this now named Arcadia fire continues to burn acres of land, an evacuation order is in place for a section of Monroe County just west of Warrens. Authorities were in the area of Arcadia Avenue and Blueberry Road earlier today evacuating residents. Arcadia Avenue is closed from Smothers Road to Blueberry Road. The Warrens Community Center, also known as the Cabin, has been serving as the evacuation center since last night. One resident says his anxiety is easing as crews continue to fight the fire.
I'm still concerned, but I feel a little more secure with the wind going away from us, but there's still other people that it's in the direction of. So
Frost says he's making preparations to protect his property in case the fire spreads to his area. And a restaurant in Warrens called The Pines has had doors open all day to give evacuees somewhere to go. The restaurant's owners are offering food to those residents as well as first responders and emergency management officials. One resident who was evacuated says he's thankful for the support.
The community's been great. Yeah, I've known the owners here at the Pines for probably a year and a half now, and yeah, they know me very well, so yeah, it's nice that they're serving food for us and stuff, so that's helpful.
Now, a deputy with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office says crews evacuated around a dozen people from the area last night until the fire died down, and then evacuated people from homes again this morning when winds picked up again. The Emergency Management Director for the county says there is a chance people can return home again tonight.
If it's safe to let people back in, there's a pretty good chance that they can come back in like we did last night. But knowing that they need to be prepared kind of at a moment's notice to evacuate again, depending on what fire conditions are.
And again, as Eric alluded to, as for the cause of the fire, officials are not releasing any information at this time. Fort McCoy has not sent out any extra information about the cause, but did post on its Facebook page yesterday that there was a prescribed burn happening. Meantime, sheriffs in Buffalo County are also asking the community to avoid driving on a certain road. It is Highway 37 and County Highway B due to multiple fires. According to the sheriff's office, Highway 35 was previously closed due to a fire, but crews have since put it out and opened Highway 35. Now, there's no word about how large the fire is. We will share more information as additional information comes along. All right, and with all this underway, it seems like a good time as any to send it over to our chief meteorologist, Bill Grahl.
Yeah, and we can obviously see the theme. We've got high fire danger, and looking at the DOT website, by the way, Highway 12 still closed from Millston down to near the Warrens area, and I-94 is open, but it could close periodically depending on the smoke and the visibility. So just keep that in mind if you have travel plans or commute plans that take you in that direction. Otherwise, check out the real estate in place in terms of fire danger being elevated to critical all the way from South Texas up into our area. In fact, our region in that red flag warning through the evening hours, and even Eau Claire in the Chippewa Valley, you're technically not in it. But suffice it to say, region-wide, you should not be doing any outdoor burning because of the fact that we haven't had a green up yet. The dry, dead vegetation from the winter kill. Warm temperatures, low humidity, gusty winds, all creating perfect fuel for these fires to start quickly and spread quickly. Winds sustained at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, stronger to the west, though, where it's gusting close to 40 miles per hour in Mason City and Rochester, 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts locally. Now, the good news, those winds will die down a bit overnight, especially after midnight. But boy, another warm day between about 82 and 87 degrees, 85 in the Cross, breaking another record. The old record was 80 degrees set in 1941. Kind of some hazy sunshine out there, and again, not a cloud in the sky. 84 in Eau Claire, still 83 in Black River Falls, Sparta, and here in the Cross, 80 in Viroqua, and 84 in Boscobel. Another very mild night. Clear skies, lows in the 50s for most, including 58 in La Crosse. Again, still rather breezy this evening. Those winds will decrease a little bit overnight, but then they pick back up again tomorrow. So fire conditions will be elevated to critical once again for our Friday. And then finally, some changes towards the weekend in terms of some moisture, needed moisture, and some much cooler temperatures by Sunday. You'll want to stick around for that 8-day forecast.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Bill. Back on the news side of things this evening, after living through a water crisis for nearly 2 years, the town of Campbell sees a light at the end of the tunnel. News 8 Now's Anna Fisher joins us live in studio with an update. Good evening, Anna.
Good evening, Ken. The man-made chemical PFAS, known as a forever chemical, has been contaminating water in the town of Campbell for years. Now, after drilling a test well, the town supervisors have found something that may be a source of clean drinking water. According to town supervisor Lee Donahue, an ancient river believed to be tens of thousands of years old was discovered at the drilling site. Donahue is optimistic that this ancient aquifer contains the clean drinking water they've been hoping for.
The fact that there's a barrier of several layers of rock that overlay this water source, it's a lot more protected, and our residents deserve that, right? They deserve to know not only is it a safe source, but it's a source that can consistently be monitored.
And Donahue says they will begin pumping water from the well next week. That water will be tested for PFAS and other contaminants, and she doesn't anticipate that the new water source contains PFAS, but says they will know more after samples come back mid-May. Ken?
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Anna. Donahue says there has been a talk of creating a series of wells, making a municipal system for the town of Campbell. Also in La Crosse, Senator Tammy Baldwin in town today for a roundtable on mental health services. The senator recently delivered federal funds to the community to expand behavioral health services, including outreach, education, equipment, and technology. The Democrat says these federal grant efforts have bipartisan support and that it's important to continue to invest in these types of services at the local level.
I feel even during fiscally constrained times that community leaders have made the argument that an ounce of prevention is more cost effective than a pound of cure.
Now, Baldwin also says these grants allow local groups to create innovative, science-based programs that can then be continued with local funds. When we come back, it is Gold Star Grant Delivery Day. One teacher is using this grant to provide her students with a critical resource.
Every piece of land has a story written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Upshaws, who DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Talk to the John Deere experts at Tractor Central to find out which equipment is just right for your property. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
There are so many things we take for granted. so many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Spring has sprung, the grass has riz. I wonder where the furniture is. At King Furniture, of course.
During our spring clearance event, save an additional 10% off our already low prices. Plus, take advantage of 0% free financing. Recliners, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, and more. With our huge selection of in-stock furniture, low price guarantee, and free delivery, why shop anywhere else?
It's the King Furniture Spring Clearance Sale.
Today is Gold Star Grant Delivery Day in the La Crosse School District. The La Crosse Public Education Foundation selected 22 projects for their spring grants, totaling $41,000. The organization's executive director says there's enough to go by to impact students of all ages from all schools in the district. Now, these projects are submitted by educators and selected based on their creativity and ability to engage students.
Our teachers are excellent, stellar professionals, so to be able to give them resources to engage their students to a greater and higher degree is just a thrilling thing.
One project will provide students with supplies for their menstrual cycles. Carrie Wench Harden, a librarian at Hamilton Elementary School, says she was inspired after a student who started theirs asked her for help. She said she hopes this project will help her young students feel comfortable with their bodies.
It's a fact of life. It's not something to hide. It's not something to be ashamed of. This is something that they are going to live with the rest of their life. And if you can learn young and just be more comfortable with your body, you're going to be so much more confident and successful.
Gold Star grants are given to teachers multiple times a year. The La Crosse Public Education Foundation has awarded $90,000 in total this year. Well, the Arcadia fire continues to rage in Monroe County. We will have another live look after the break, but first.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Again, we've been warming since last Thursday from 48 to 90 yesterday. Finally, that warming trend stopped today, but still very warm with a record-breaking high of 85. Big changes heading towards the weekend. I'll have the details of my 8-day forecast after the break.
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made from scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or sweet cinnamon roll. Pick any two, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Get your outdoor projects done right with Menards. With the best selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber and the inventory to back it up. Now is the time to get that outdoor project you've been meaning to get to done. Best yet, we've made it convenient for you to get in, out, and back to building. An 8-foot pressure-treated 1x4 is just $398 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Nicolay, baby. I'll testify my commitment to the truth. Companies tremble while I'm spitting in the booth. I'm a lawyer rapper, peep the fit. Reppin' Nicolay law, cause we're the
Daddy, what are you doing?
I'm making a rap video.
Good job, good job. All right.
Boom! Billboards, baby!
Bret Michaels, Party
Gras 2023. Saturday, August 12th. Ho-Chunk Gaming, Black River Falls. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. All for the man who starred in VH1's Rock of Love, The Masked Singer on Fox, and ABC's Greatest Hits. Bret Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. Must be 21 years to attend. Ho-Chunk Gaming reserves the right to cancel or alter shows at any time. All ticket sales final, no refunds.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back into the bag.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
Get the Samsung Galaxy S23 free. No trade-in needed from US Cellular.
I kissed it?
Yes.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My Rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The Arcadia fire continues to burn in Monroe County. Residents are evacuated along an area of Arcadia Avenue. Our own Eric Dean is out in Warrens right now with the latest. Eric?
Hey, good evening, Ken. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we're still here in Warrens where, as you mentioned, evacuations are still in play. Now, one thing to note, if you see where I'm standing at here at the Pines, they are taking care of those who are first responders as well as those who have evacuated. So they are serving people here. And one thing to note, that red flag warning, I should say, is still in effect until 8 o'clock this evening for the majority of the News 8 Now viewing area, as we've had temperatures in the 80s, some places breaking records again today, and that humidity is still very low. The one thing to note, the wind here is starting to die down. I know Bill's going to be talking about that coming up in just a couple minutes. But right now, from Warrens, I'm meteorologist Eric Dean, News 8 Now. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. And like he mentioned, red flag warnings. We had municipalities all week long instituting burn bans for their municipalities, and even yesterday morning, the governor instituting a state of emergency because of the high risk of wildfires in most of the regions of the state. And the map behind our very own Bill Grawl is the chief reason why.
Yeah, and the other thing, to be honest, it's always this time of year we'll have that higher fire danger until things green up. I mean, you come out of winter, everything dies, you have all the vegetation, the leaves that fell in the fall, so a lot of fuel for those fires to feed off of. Sure. And we need kind of widespread moisture, kind of activate the soil that's now quite warm because of our recent warm temperatures, and then that'll really green things up pretty quickly. But until that happens, which looks to be this weekend, that fire danger is going to remain high. Then you add the abnormally warm temperatures, the strong gusty winds, and the very low humidity, the very dry air, and that just makes things even worse. So that's why that fire danger has been very high to critical the past couple of days. Red flag warnings remain in play. Again, no outdoor burning until we get that widespread rainfall. And again, even if you're not technically in a county that's shaded pink in that red flag warning, whether it's today, overnight, or even into tomorrow, to be honest, it doesn't matter. Just don't burn outside until we get some decent moisture across the region, because it's not that much different from, say, Eau Claire County into Jackson County, just because one's shaded pink and one's not. All right, winds out of the south and southeast, 5 to 15, still gusting over 25 to 30 miles per hour, even close to 40 miles per hour in parts of southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa. So wind speeds are starting to come down, and that's common. The overnight hours tends to be the calmest or stillest part of the night in terms of lighter winds usually, and then those winds ramp up with the heating of the day, the afternoon and early evening hours. So we're going to see the same kind of process happen for our Friday. Now currently skies are crystal clear, and again another hot day for this time of year. 85, that breaks the old record of 80 set in 1941. Here's another problem. Rainfall 1.32 inches below average for the month of April, so it's been a dry month so far. 83 out at the airport. The Mississippi starting to rise. That's the other main concern. We're watching the high water levels of the Chippewa, the Wisconsin, and the Mississippi River, and that will continue, especially along the Mississippi, for the next couple of weeks. In fact, right now forecast crests from snowmelt are generally between about April 20th and 27th, so we'll see a gradual rise through that time. The Chippewa River may crest in Eau Claire, which is already above flood stage, in the next 24 hours or so, not too much higher than where it sits right now, and you folks are at 84 degrees. So those river flood warnings for the Wisconsin River, also the Chippewa River from Eau Claire down to Wabasha. Wabasha, you'll be the first to see the higher water levels on the Mississippi reaching that flood stage, and then that trend will continue downstream. But look at everybody enjoying perhaps these summer-like temperatures in the 70s and 80s, in fact low to mid 80s locally, and that frontal boundary to the north and west is stalled right now, and that's the dividing line between summer and some winter type snow over the northern Rockies. Eventually this front will get a kick through the area over the weekend, and we'll get the full impacts of that chillier air on Sunday. Until then though, dry and breezy, especially tomorrow. That fire danger will elevate once again. A little bit more in the way of cloud cover late in the day, and then finally some rain chances late Friday night into Saturday morning. It's not going to rain all day Saturday, but we'll see these kind of periodic showers and thunderstorms, which is just what we need. And you know what? We could use some rainfall. We just don't want too much with the high water levels on the rivers. But you can see by Saturday evening, maybe a quarter inch plus in some spots. And then Rain Tracker thinking a pretty decent soaking rain Saturday night into Sunday, maybe a half an inch to an inch of liquid. So that would be good news for the fire danger. But we don't want too much to make those river levels rise even higher. 58 tonight. Winds will decrease a bit overnight, especially after midnight, but then they pick back up tomorrow out of the south, 10 to 20, gusting 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow's record stays safe. It's 90. I'm forecasting a high of 82. And then Saturday, periods of showers and a few thunderstorms, highs around 70. Much cooler but windy on Sunday, 47. But we'll be seeing some rain showers, maybe even some snowflakes mixed in. And then dry Monday and Tuesday. We warm back into the 60s for much of next week. Kind of some periodic chances for showers and thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I mentioned this at 5. We kind of need to split the difference here. Get some moisture across the region, just not too much because of those high water levels.
Right, looking for a sweet spot. All right, Bill, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers' 10-game road trip continues in San Diego, plus a fun back-and-forth matchup on the diamond this afternoon. A couple MVC rivals going head-to-head at Copeland Park. Rob's up next.
Come explore and plan your next home improvement project at the Board Store Home Improvement's historic 8-building showroom, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our spring freezer filler bundle. It's full of chicken, beef, pork, and shrimp. Call to order yours today. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's window and door replacement experts. Our superior quality, energy-saving windows and doors from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen are skillfully installed by certified technicians and backed by some of the strongest transferable warranties available. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 24 months. Visit myasherpromo.com today.
It's spring, and Slumberland Furniture is celebrating with 20% off our low prices on gorgeous new furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Plus extra discounts on sofas, bar stools, accessories, and Slumbercrest mattresses. Right now, get this Ashley sofa for just $3.99 in your choice of 2 colors. Incredible! Did you know Slumberland has the lowest prices on Ashley product? And get an extra 20% off mattresses too.
A caring nurse who needed some care of his own.
I feel like I'm giving people their lives back again.
That's the upside to Robert's job. The downside?
I'm on my feet all the time.
Robert tried to deal with the pain on his own.
And I would roll tennis balls under my feet, frozen water bottles.
Nothing worked until he got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
Now that I'm pain free, I can make these people feel better.
See if they work for you with a free arch support fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our spring freezer filler bundle. It's full of chicken, beef, pork, and shrimp. Call to order yours today. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
One of the area's best rivalries living up to it this afternoon. A back-and-forth battle at Copeland Park. I wish I could have stayed the whole game, but I got to be back here to let you know how it went early on, so let's get right to it. Central hosting rival Onalaska on the diamond. Hilltoppers scored 2 in the first, but the Riverhawks respond. Casey Erickson drills it to second. The play can't be made cleanly. Mason Elson scores to make it 2-1. Second inning, Onalaska answers back 2 on for Caden Kokeisel. The junior gives it a ride. He finds the gap in left center. 1 runs in. Here comes Ben Sturr. Big 2 RBI hit makes it 4-1 Hilltoppers. Bottom 2 now. Here come the Riverhawks again. This time it's Mason Elston driving 1 in. Line drive base hit in a center. Zach George scores to make it a 2-run game. Then with the bases full, Drew Wonderling is going to clear him. This ball's driven deep to left, stays in the air forever, and it finally comes down on the warning track. All 3 runs score for Central. Clutch 3 RBI hit from Wonderling gives the Riverhawks a 5-4 lead. That was the score in the bottom of the second. We'll have a final from this one later on tonight. Woo! On to the pros now. The Brewers' 10-game West Coast road trip continues. Milwaukee dropped 2-3 in Arizona after falling in the series finale yesterday 7-3. Brewers will look to bounce back tonight against the Padres in the first of a 4-game set. First pitch tonight for the Crew is set for 8:40. As for the Twins, Minnesota took 2 out of 3 over the division rival White Sox. And now the Twins head on the road for a big test starting tonight in the Big Apple. Minnesota gets set for a 4-game set in the Bronx against the Yankees. Joe Ryan on the hill for the Twins. He's 2-0 so far, 16 Ks over those first 2 starts. On the hardwood, the fight for the 8th seed is officially set for tomorrow night. T-Wolves couldn't take care of business on Tuesday, so they'll head back to Minneapolis to take on OKC. The Thunder with a hard-fought victory on the road last night in New Orleans. So tomorrow night, 8:30 tip from the Target Center. The winner will take on Denver in the first round of the playoffs. And finally on the ice, one last test for the Wild as Minnesota preps for the playoffs. They'll be in Nashville tonight, taking on the Predators to close out their regular season. Minnesota currently 3rd in the Central Division, just 4 points behind Dallas. Ken, this is an awesome time. We got the NHL playoffs, NBA, high school baseball seasons heating up. That was an awesome game.
Absolutely. I was like, oh, why do you have a 5 p.m. first pitch?
I had to stay. The parents were like, where are you going? I was like, hey, I got to anchor at 6.
Oh, I know.
But I might head back because it might still be going on. It was taking a while. A lot of offense.
Maybe extra innings we can hope for.
We'll see.
All right, Rob. Thanks very much, man. We'll be right back.
No one gives you more choices than Dahl Auto. We have the best selection in the region with over 400 new vehicles from 9 different brands. Schedule a VIP appointment or buy online at dahlauto.com.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new gas fire table, available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off outdoor living. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Now's the time to save on outdoor furniture from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. From patio tables and chairs to sofas and sectionals and weather-resistant fabrics, they're all on sale. At Drury's, we have an eco-friendly mindset that is reflected in everything we sell. Whether traditional or contemporary in design, environmentally friendly materials are important to us. And you'll be choosing from quality brands like Homecrest and Brizesta, furniture that's designed to last. Best of all, it's all on sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
The new cars are rolling in at Dahl Auto with over 400 vehicles available. While other dealers have brochures, we have the newest models on the show floor with all the latest technology and safety features. Experience them for yourself at Dahl Auto.
Again, another warm evening underway. Low to mid 80s currently. Lows in the 50s for most, 58 in La Crosse. Now the good news, the winds will die down a bit overnight, but then pick back up again tomorrow. One more breezy and warm day. Not quite as warm as today and yesterday though, 82. Good chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, 70. Much cooler Sunday with periods of rain, maybe some snowflakes. Highs in the 40s.
Quite a mix. All right. Thanks a lot, Bill, and thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.